Okay, so I'm actually really excited to showcase this, right? Let me see if I can get a lot out in a short amount of time. Because I also sped this video up. As you can see, these cards are going to just start rocketing across the screen, right? So obviously, vision is important for Doffy. That's what we originally focused on. Then we're like, well, if the meta needs board removal, and we had to like update our play style, right? We had some dusty practices and stuff, and we had to get accustomed to the current meta. You know, we for real, we were just gonna wait out the Sakazuki era. But all in all, it's like, okay, we're back. We're gonna showcase a few videos now. Like I said, we normally just try to like come up with builds and then showcase it, and then obviously let the community take over. So we never show our losses, because the whole point of it is to show you guys what's supposed to happen. And you guys, if you see a way to make it better, then boom. But things is a little different now. We will also be showing some losses, because I feel like there's a lot of information there. We are learning this Moria matchup, but with this current build, it is insane. Our win rate against yellow, for some reason, it's just working like crazy. With Moria, I guess we need some help. I see where we make some misplays, whatever. But yeah, I don't know if we came really close to making something really good, but we're gonna show it all with this, because a lot is happening, and we're excited in what we might have stumbled on. So, like I said originally, is it Duval? Is that the guy's name? The 2-drop blocker that looks at the top 3. You know, he just got played not too long ago. Vision was very important, and he's a 2-drop, so he gives more room for combos, right? Playing X-Drake being 5-drop, it kind of just cluttered a lot of things up. So, okay, cool. We're playing him now, then we're playing Gravity Tiger Hadouken, right? To help with the board removal. Now, the special thing about this is, you know, on curve it's fantastic, or if you got 10 Don, then Doffy can combo it, so you can take 2 off the board, a swing for 7, and add something else to the board. Like, a lot can happen. So it has been very effective, because a key part of this meta that I think everybody probably already noticed is 4 to 5 drops are very important now. 4 to 5 drops are very important now. So I'm like, wait a minute, this card should be able to do good. And man, it is like really changing the dynamic of things. But you know, we also had to become better as players, because when we was first playing, you know, with this deck, it was looking rocky until it's like, wait a minute, what are we doing? We're tunnel visioning on Doffy's effect. We're not securing our top 5 to get what we need. You know, you just got to bottom deck things. This is a different meta, right? It's not about putting characters on the board. In terms of Doffy, let me correct that real quick. In terms of Doffy, it's not about putting characters on the board with Doffy's ability. I should just finish that sentence, because that's what I was going to say. With Doffy's ability, no, you gotta like get what you need. You gotta get your curve, you gotta get your key cards, you gotta get what you need to handle these matchups. So yes, it's very important that you get your Gravity Tiger Hadouken and whatever you need. You might need the Mihawk for the, you know, curve or whatever, blah blah blah. But yes, I'm just excited. I think we stumbled on something that is potentially very strong, and I'm hoping whoever is taking the time to watch this can expand on what we've done, you know. And yeah, Moria matchup, I know we are, as players, I'm talking about me and my friend, who I'm the deck building guy, he's more so the player, I'll be honest, but nonetheless, we definitely got room to grow on our end. So it's like, let us know if this can really work against Moria, or what are we doing wrong. While the yellow matchups, we just been winning the yellow matchups. It's been absurd, I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't know, I'm like, wow, it's like we stumbled upon an accident. But in the beginning, when we wasn't playing right, we were losing to everything. But man, I'm just excited, I'm hyped. Now let me focus on the game commentary. So you see the board state, we had hit that dude with the pudding. We got some blocker law, and that Moria, that recycle Moria, I'm telling you, it's annoying. It's lovely annoyance, because one Don, 90% of the time, you're always going to be able to play it. And then Moria just gets it back, and you do it again and again and again. It's a lovely combo. Very effective, because they constantly have to push out that board removal for a 1-drop, and then you can just get it right back and just throw it right back on the field. So it's nuts. All right, swinging on our pudding. Pudding goes by. Another thing is you want to give your opponent, this is how I feel. I feel like it's okay to give your opponent something to pop. People get greedy at board removal. So it's like, hey, they're just going to get it off the board anyway. Okay, fine. Well, they just used the Rob Lucci to get this off the board. I don't have to worry about them using that card to get this thing off the board because they already spent it, you know? Now, as we're trying to figure out the Moria matchup, we were waiting, as you can see, it might happen right now, to literally just target Absalons. In this situation, we can actually attack him, but there's also a blocker and there's a cooldown, so we have to think about it. A lot of times we do play based on board state, and I think that hurts us as well as players. Like I'm talking about me and my friend when we play. So, okay, so in there, we chose the tunnel vision on the Absalon. We go for a leader swing because, you know, there's no other targets, and we get lucky to top deck a Boa. He blocks and combos out of that. We pass turn. So yeah, we super focused on Absalon to bottom deck those because of Moria's ability to constantly bring him back on the board. And you know, in our future matches, we're like, no, wait, there's plenty of targets. Especially, we also increase, like, this is a journey. We also increased the number of Gravity Tiger Hadoukens from 2 to 3. But all in all, yeah, we learned, like, no, you play it, get certain things off the board. Lucci gets recycled with 8-drop Moria. Absalon gets recycled with leader ability. You know, whatever. If it's a problem, go ahead, get rid of it. Decisions is being made. Where does he go? Okay, so he got lucky to just basically get another Absalon in the trash. But let's see how he makes this play. Okay, he went with Perona. I figured because he chose not to swing with Kuzan first. So now it's just an attack. But we have to discard for Perona. Then we can afford to save the Boa because we got the 2K. That's another thing in general. You never want to overprotect your board with what you call it. It's just easy. It was just an easy 2K counter. But yeah, that's something. Sometimes we fall into that trap of overprotecting the board and just losing so much hand. I ain't gonna lie. This is looking pretty grim. But we got 10 Dawn. We got 2 4-drops. So we need vision. Okay, so vision. We got some vision. We're gonna rearrange the top, see what we can do. To be honest, there's only one character card that could be brought out with leader ability. We got to be careful what's going on. Okay, we can actually use leader ability now. I do feel like that might be a bit of a waste, but okay, that's what we're committing to. Okay, so I think it's better to just get bodies on the board, I'm assuming, and we get to see one more card. So now we see Kaya. Let's see if that changes our decision making. Might still want to draw the Moria because of board removal. I said Moria, forgive me. The Mihawk. Get a 9-drop, get a 9k power, and also be able to just take something off the board. So right now we got 4 characters on the board. One is basically irrelevant. I ain't gonna lie. Sorry, Perona. And then it's funny because getting another Gravity Tiger Hadouken card would actually been effective. Like if we had top decked that, it would have been like, okay, bottom deck blocker, bottom deck this, swing on that. Like that card is literally very effective in this meta. So that's an easy 1k. It's funny, we don't have the 2k, but okay, yeah, that was kind of a bait. I want to say we should have blocked because it was kind of telegraphed. Oh man, so that's just how the cookie crumbles. We end up, okay, that's actually a good trigger because we can, yeah, bottom deck one of the 4-drops. And he has 3 cards in hand, so Absalom get bottom deck. Oh yeah, so we get Sanji out of life, but we can't see into the future, so that would have been a perfect Mihawk play. Now we're just better off just playing Mihawk out raw, hard cast. Some thinking's afoot. It is risky, but we do got 2 attacks. I would say bottom deck blocker. Oh, something else is happening. Because 2 Don has just been put. Okay, Perona, go. Most likely not gonna, most likely not protecting that. We get back another Doffy. Obnoxious. It's obnoxious, I tell you. Now, granted, yeah, I was given 1-drop law all the credit at first, but okay, we get the block. Now we swing, which is harder to protect. You can't protect it. We get another blocker, get more vision, bottom deck that whole thing. Because now at this point, we also have Desert Spada. We already know we're going to play the Mihawk, so we're not even going to use leader ability, so that's fine. And we got Desert Spada to give us vision and some defense. But yeah, Moria into Doflamingo blocker is great as well. It's all working out. Okay, there. It seemed like he has enough Dawn, but I feel like he had no more Absalom, so I don't know what he has up his sleeve at the moment. We go for the block just to keep it safe. Safer for us, I should say, but okay. That goes. Yeah, because no more just getting our blocker removed due to some effect. Play some defense. So it is 2 to 4 life. Their 3 cards in hand, our 4 cards in hand. Their board presence is looking way scarier than ours. But in this moment, I actually want them to put something else on the board because it increases the odds of them not being able to protect Perona. Their Perona, that is. We bottom deck that blocker. Well, I'm just assuming. I don't have the best memory in the world, so I don't know if that's the exact play, but I'm saying bottom deck that blocker, swing on that Perona, potentially do some damage to life. Yeah, let's get the blocker out the way. Swing on the Perona. And then swing at lead. So Spada will give us our vision, so we can set up for the next turn. And is defense, so it won't be too dangerous. We got what, 2, 4, 5k all together in power, in counter power. Okay, there's the Ice Age. There is 2 Ice Ages. There's the Moria. Ugh, that's annoying. That 8-drop Moria is too good. In my humble opinion, it should get errated. And I felt like that before I started seeing it do damage. I was like, this makes no sense. Getting 2 on the board and one of them is active, this makes no sense. I didn't even get to see all the combo plays. I immediately felt like that card shouldn't be, it should be a leader locked or something, or locked to its archetype. Oh, look, we got that combo. So we get to draw a red rock, and then we also get the Mihawk play, basically. So that's actually fantastic. Where was I? Yes, that's right, I was complaining. Yeah, it should be like Thriller Bark characters only. Like, come on, or something. Or you must have a Thriller Bark leader or something. Like, come on, I don't believe a card should just be coming out that strong without being like hard locked to something. Okay, now is this all decisions. We can afford to just go for the 1 Dawn. We really want to hurt the board. Bottom deck the Rob Lucci. And perfect, because you never know. 5 Dawn. What if he just wanted to attack us like 1, 2, 3, 4 times? He could just put 5 on both those Tesurus or something, whatever she's called, and just swing at us. Look, I'm bad with names. I do my best. This is a crazy match. This was an honest God crazy match. And like I said, this is on ×2 speed. It took a long time because both players, we wanted to win. This was a battle. And I'm actually surprised. It went the way it went. Okay, we got another Moria. Obnoxious, I say. A lot of his meaningful targets have been bottom decked, so he would have to pretty much just mill through his deck just so he can see those guys again. But hey, listen, Rebecca is just as an effective play. Rebecca brings out brand new. He gets a search, so he just 8-dropped and added a card to hand while developing a blocker. Like, this is insane. So he passed turn, and I'm thinking, because he doesn't know that he pretty much could have just attacked us, did the damage, and potentially set us up to lose. He could have probably pushed for game next turn. But I think because he was afraid of potentially us counterattacking his Moria, I think he was afraid of that, and also not knowing what's in our hand, because that's the name of One Piece. You know, you don't know what's in your opponent's hand, so you got to be like worst case scenario. He just passed and just like, hey, I need to keep my Moria up. I'm gonna pass. That's what I'm assuming. All right, we go for that. Normally people won't save it, so he chose not to save it. Okay, we chose because we don't know what's on top. We get that out the way. We're putting him in lethal range. He goes for the Perona block because it's much safer that way. And we just get rid of that Gecko. And that's it. For the most part, he has 2 effective attacks, because that 2K counter won't be a very effective attack. Okay, so we counted, did some math, and we realized, well, we have enough, so this is safe. Oh, and Gravity Tiger Hadouken is there, so we get to put that there, and it sets us up. We counter out. He has so many cards in hand. Ain't that crazy? So many cards in hand, but math is mathing. So now we bottom deck his blocker and that very deadly 2K counter that was on the board for so long. And, well, GG. That was fun.